So I've been trying to practice my short game a lot more, improve the short game, and I'm trying to. I've always been pretty decent actually at chip, sand wedge, pitch and wedge. I think based on just playing a lot when I was a kid, I've kind of come back to that reasonably well. But the thing I'm never that confident in is a wee chip and run, like actually making it a bit safer. And with my pitching, I still do skin it and like skite it across the green sometimes. So I know that a chip and run is a safer option sometimes. But how do you choose? Like, what do you think about when you're thinking, you're 20, 30 yards off the green or further, or there's nothing in between you and the green? How do you choose between a chip, like a proper pitch, a chip, a flop shot, that kind of thing, versus actually chip and run it on? Like, what goes through your mind when you're thinking about that?
First thing's the lie. Generally, I'll look at the lie and taking it just to the side of the green. Like if I've got the one I hold at the weekend, I hit a 9-iron. So the green was probably 3 yards from my ball. And my only thought is how quickly can I get on the green, get it running? So that is the pitch and run concept. But I also had another shot later in the round where I'd missed the green by a couple of yards, and it was probably the same type of shot, but the lie wasn't great. So I just looked at it and I'm like, no way am I hitting even an iron off that. I just got my 5-wood out, bunted it down the little slope out to a couple of feet, put the putt away. So I generally look at the lie first, just to see what's my confidence level going to be. Mm-hmm. So like some people have got the technique and the capability, and I can hit those shots, but when you're playing a competition especially, it's not that I'm trying to be negative, I'm trying to be realistic about what I can do in that moment, especially if I'm at the end of a round and maybe my thoughts are elsewhere, or I'm getting a little bit nervous about the score and that kind of thing. I would try to go to the safer shot as much as I can. Yeah. Not all the time. Sometimes you just got to go for it, but I definitely start with a lie and see how it's looking and then work from there. And the other thing I'd say is just trying to get it onto the green. Trying to avoid, if you can, bouncing on fringes and stuff. The bounces are never usually that consistent necessarily. So you'd always just look at the lie first, and then what's the distance? If it's 30 yards, most times I'm probably going to be 15 yards to get to green. There's 15 yards to roll out. I'm probably hitting a 54 degree. Yeah. Might be a 48 to keep it lower on a day like you're saying where it's windy. Yeah. And you can hit it a little bit harder into the wind or something. So what about yourself?
No, I've not thought about it too much that way actually, but you're right, the lie, so if it's a really thin lie, like you often get in a links course, for example, or I might take a safer option, it's more likely to skin it that way, isn't it? And if it's a really nice kind of lush bit of grass, then I'm an easier pitch, for sure. I think there's a bit of the distance part as well, like in terms of, how, I think I've thought about it now, I think about it the way you're talking about it, as in if the pin's really close to the edge on my side, so there's not much green, then I'm going to go higher and hit the sand wedge instead and just try and land it and stop it kind of thing. But I'm just not that reliable at doing that. Like I can generally get the distance well, but I can't spin it reliably or anything like that. So it's more about like account for the run out as well. Whereas a chip and run, I think I've actually started, so something I've thought about, and this kind of affected my thinking quite a lot about it, was at Cullen. So I was about, maybe 70 or 80 yards. So I was quite far off the green, and it was a really thin lie. So it was quite a hard bit of ground. And I was like, I'm not confident in pitching this. It's 80 yards, a nasty lie. There's nothing in between me and the green. So I might actually just try it. I wasn't scoring a card anyway. I'm just going to try a pitch and run here just to see what it's like. And so I got my 7-iron out, and I just did a couple of practice swings, felt like it contacted the ground nicely. And I just went for it and hit it, and it just hit, maybe 20, 30 yards of carry, like not high, maybe a foot in the air, and just rolled straight towards the green, and it went in, and I got an eagle.
Brilliant.
On the 18th. So my
picked the right shot then.
Exactly. So it was a great drive. It was like 270 or 80 yards drive down this like nice hard packed fairway, 70 yards to go, something like that, and chipped it in for an eagle. And it was like, I have never done that in my life. That is amazing.
That's awesome.
And I was like, these are quite reliable, aren't they? These chip and runs, because it would have been a 50-50 chance a pitch there would have either skinned it because of the lie or gone left and right like pretty far, because it's a fairly long shot, that 80 yards with a pitching wedge. And I find it harder to judge distance as well. I've not got like the clock system set up or anything like that, so that I know really reliably how to land my pitching wedge that far. But with a 7-iron, just dunting it along the ground, I feel like I can judge it better. So yeah, that just started me thinking about it a lot more, and I'm pulling it out a lot more since then, actually, just to try that. And it's always been pretty safe. Yeah.
If you can hit a long pitch and run, that's a great advantage, especially when you're playing the wind. But also, you're getting to play a good amount of links golf as well, so you're getting to hit those types of shots. And links golf tends to allow you, in a lot of cases, to run the ball in. Mm-hmm. And there's slopes that will support you doing that as well. That's a lot of the ways the courses have been designed as well. So it's a really good option. And I think as well, just circling back to like the chip shot, you're saying, is it a flop shot? I remember listening to Claude Harmon, like I listen to his podcast a lot, and he's got really good practical advice. And the thing he talks about is making sure you don't have 2 chips to get it in the green. So like you can try and hit the hero shot, but actually make sure you get it on the green, even if it's giving yourself 15, 20 feet.
Yeah.
It's better that than having to chip again, then you've got 15 or 20 feet again. So it's something worth thinking about. And
do the reliable thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and Scott Fawcett would tell you that too, right? It's all about just taking the averages and trying to reduce one shot at a time. And if you give yourself a chance from 15 feet, that's a much better chance than trying to chip it in with the second one, or if you blaze it over the green trying to do something else. So I think all of us want to hit the hero shot, but actually just playing consistent golf is consistently smart shots is going to help you over the long term as well.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, I'll stick to that. I'll keep going, keep trying with it. I'm going to keep practicing. You obviously got situations where you have to fly it, don't you? Where you've got a bunker between you and the green, or a bit of water or something or other. So still need to practice that stuff, but I'm going to definitely do a bit more work.
Do you change?
Sorry,
do you change the clubs a lot as well when you're chipping and pitching?
No, do you know? I'm always just like if I really need to, if I'm trying to stop it fast, I'm using my sand wedge. I don't have a lob wedge yet, so I'm just pitching wedge and sand wedge. I was thinking about getting one. I tried out my friend's Vokey actually on Cullen, and it felt really nice actually. It was a nice wee, just felt like good contact with that. So I might play around with one of them at the range and see about getting one. But yeah, just sand wedge for the high stuff, pitching wedge for the normal pitches onto the green, and I usually just pull out my 7-iron for the pitch and run. Is that how you think about it, or do you move around?
Yeah, really similar.
Yeah.
Pitch and runs, I change the club. I say a huge amount, but I definitely change it. I'll hit a pitch and run sometimes, as I mentioned, with a 9-iron, a wedge. Yeah. Sometimes a 54 will just shut the face down a little bit.
Yeah.
An iron. And I love my 5-wood. I love a little bump and run with a 5-wood. You can't beat that.
Yes. Yeah, I need to try it with the hybrid a little bit more. I've got the Ping a hybrid. It's supposedly quite good at it. I tried it a couple of times, but I found it just a bit unpredictable because it's got so much speed off the face. Like even with a wee chip and run, I found it just wanged off there. So, but I'm sure I could hone that in if I just did a bit of practice with it.
Yeah, if you just treat it like a putt basically, then it's very, very similar. It comes off at a kind of similar speed if you just do almost like a putt and stroke.
Really?
It's really close, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll give that a go.